Um, Hello and welcome to today's episode. I'll be talking about love and relationship as well. It's possible for you to be in love and not to be in a relationship. You can be in love with someone so much that if the person might not love you in return or might not reciprocate the feelings you have for them or the affection you have for them. So which means you can actually be in love and not be in a relationship. And at the same time, you can be in a relationship and not being in love. You can be in a relationship just because you feel like, okay, people are doing it. I want to see exactly how it feels like, or okay, I just don't want to stay single. I want to be in a relationship, but you might not be in love with the person you're in a relationship with. That's also possible. But we need to understand one thing. Just because you're in love doesn't mean you can be in love with the wrong person. And just because the person doesn't love you in return doesn't mean they can later love you. And also, you need to understand something. You can be in love with the wrong person, but that doesn't mean what you feel for them was not genuine. It's just that you are not compatible. You're not meant to be together. Okay, so just because you got turned down because you're in love with someone and your love got rejected, or you the person turned you down, doesn't mean what you feel wasn't real. It only means you're in love with the wrong person. And some people believe that okay, if you love someone, you need to keep trying, you need to keep pushing. Now, yes, at times it works. It works. I mean, it works if eventually the person was actually the right person. I mean, I've seen some scenarios where you can even be in love with someone, and just because they feel like okay, you're being too much, they decide to give you a chance, and eventually it works out. And also, I've seen a scenario where you don't really know if you feel something for the person, but you just love their company, and at long run, you develop feelings for them. Yes, it's also possible. But one thing we need to understand is love. It's beautiful. Love is something that when it hits you and it's really hits you hard, it makes you feel different, entirely different. What you feel for this person is entirely different from what you feel for this person, but there's always this particular person that the feelings you have from them always stand out. What you feel for them is love, but what you feel for this person is always different. Like you always want to be around them, you always want to be in their company, you want to hear from them, you always worry whenever you can get to hear from them, stuff like that. But here is one thing we all need to understand. Love is beautiful, like I said earlier on. And at the same time, it can actually makes you go crazy. So when you're loving someone or when you're in love with someone, make sure you love right. And when you're in a relationship, we need to understand that relationship is not a competition where the person you love needs to love you back as much as you actually love them. Okay, if I'm loving you 100% doesn't mean I need 100% love from you. As long as I can actually trust you. Don't get me wrong. They might actually love you very well, but not the type that knows how to show it that much as you yourself know how to do it. I might be the kind of person that knows how to just show my love here and there, buy gifts, come on with this, come on with this. And she might also be the kind of person that just wants to stay loyal to me, wants to stay respectful, wants to do anything that makes me happy, but doesn't know how to love, like go beyond that. Doesn't mean what they feel for me or what the person is giving is also not appreciated. So we need to understand that when we're in a relationship and it's actually like it's not a one-way traffic. It's more of like I'm giving to you, you're giving to me, and it's not like I'm getting as much as I'm giving to you. It doesn't mean what you're giving to me is not your own 100%. So I think to cut the whole story short, what I'm actually trying to say is love is beautiful. You can be in love and not be loved in return. Doesn't mean what you feel is wrong. And just because you're in a relationship and you're giving so much doesn't mean your partner need to give as much as you're giving. So far, they're loyal, they're honest, and they're genuine with what they feel for you. Trust me, it's love. Thank you.